10-minute stock trader takes calculated risks, understands that the treasure lies in knowing the data, doesn't guess at trading, follows their plan, doesn't blame others, takes responsibility, and knows why the market works. A 10-minute stock trader is smart. A 10-minute stock trader understands that they can make the world a better place. They spread joy to others, they follow their dreams, they build each other up, they use money as a tool, and they spend as little time trading and as much time living as possible. Welcome to the 10-Minute Trading Room, where we take the guesswork out of trading. Good morning, traders. As you hear my voice crack like I'm a 16-year-old, how are you guys doing today? Guys and ladies, I should say. We have quite the web class to cover today, and this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. I've been on TV dozens of times talking about this topic that we're going to cover today. And when we do, you're going to understand the reasoning behind why successful traders do this one step every single time they trade. And the reason being is because we need to have confidence when we put on a trade. By the way, quick side note, it's storming like crazy out here. So you may hear some thunder that just came through. It's also possible that the entire stream could go down. And if that happens, we did our best for the day. I'm going to call it a day at that point. But in case everything works, which is the plan, I hope to help you out today. Because today we're going to be looking at how to effortlessly study the past to find a fortune hidden in plain sight. So thank you all so much for coming today. Let me know that you're here in the comments as we go. And of course, I have a couple of requests for you as well. Go ahead and take a moment before we get started to grab pen and paper. This is really key because we're going to be covering a lot of details here. Next, as well, just shut off everything else, right? Remove any distractions. I'm going to do my best to be respectful of your time and not waste any of it. But at the same time, I need you to focus because what we're going to be talking about here is incredibly useful if you know how to use it. So this is how to effortlessly study the past to find a fortune hidden in plain sight, the unexpected truth about stock trading. Now, this is my legal disclaimer. Let me make this bigger for you here. All right, so basically what this says is I'm just a random guy on the internet. You shouldn't listen to anything that I say, but if you do, you choose to do so at your own risk. So got to put that out there. Now, let me know that you're here in the chat. Let me know where you're from. Love to hear from you and say hi back to you. There is going to be a little bit of audience participation that I'd like to get your help with later on, so please be sure that you're here and participating. Let me tell you what a 10-minute stock trader is, but in fact, don't let me tell you what a 10-minute stock trader is. Let's get our celebrity endorsers to tell you all about it.
10-minute stock trader takes calculated risk. A 10-minute stock trader understands that the treasure lies in knowing the data. A 10-minute stock trader doesn't guess at trading. A 10-minute stock trader follows their plan.
A 10-minute stock trader doesn't blame others. A 10-minute stock trader takes responsibility. A 10-minute stock trader knows why the market works. A 10-minute stock trader is smart.
A 10-minute stock trader understands that they can make the world a better place. A 10-minute stock trader spreads joy to others. A 10-minute stock trader follows their dreams. A 10-minute stock trader builds each other up.
A 10-minute stock trader uses money as a tool. A 10-minute stock trader spends as little time trading and as much time living as possible.
Well, you heard it right here. I'm just joking. Of course, those are deep fakes, but it is true. A 10-minute stock trader is not about just trading. It's a lifestyle, and that's what I like to preach here. So on today's agenda, we're going to be looking at 3 different areas here. How to perform ridiculously easy statistical analysis in only 10 seconds, even if you hate math. Now, this is how to defy the odds, how to know which trades are worth your time and which ones to skip. And then lastly, how to take the guesswork out of trading. An example that we had where we got a 344% gain when the stock moved only 9.3%. So if that sounds like you're in the right place, smash the like button, go down below, hit the share button, and let's get started. Now, doesn't that sound awesome? Please ask questions as we go. I'm not going to be able to tell if you raise your hand, so please be sure to ask questions in the chat as we go. And also, this is a private training for members of the 10-minute trading room, and this is actually going to come down on Monday. So the cost of admission today is just hitting the share button, and unless you're a 10-minute stock trader, this could be the only time you're ever going to see this. But for those 10-minute stock traders in our group here, they're going to have access to this forever. April's here. Now, grab a pen and paper, like I said, and be sure to take notes as we go, because today I'm going to give you $5,488 worth of trading education for free. Now, promise me you're not going to use these powers for evil when you see how to become a 10-minute stock trader, right? When you learn how to trade in 10 minutes a day. This is going to change your life, and I completely endorse that. Now, disclaimer, I'm going to show you the process, but it doesn't guarantee that you're going to be profitable. Now, I like to say... I like to quote Richard Dennis here. Richard Dennis is the pioneers of trend trading. And he says, I always say you could publish the rules in a newspaper and nobody would follow them. The key is consistency and discipline. And that's what you're going to need in order to be successful, right? And the world-class traders that I learned from, they all have this one thing in common. They all have rules. They all have consistency and discipline. And like Richard Dennis says, most people will never be successful because even if they have the rules, they're not going to follow them. So I'm going to give you the rules today, and of course, rules are boring, but rules make money, right? I just need you to promise me one thing, that you will have that consistency and discipline to follow these rules, because when you do, you're going to be trading like the greats. The legends in trading who I learned from, like 1997 and 2021 U.S. investing champion and my friend Mark Minervini, the first $1 billion hedge fund manager Larry Hite, market wizard Mr. Serenity Tom Basso, best-selling millionaire trading author who we're going to be talking about later on, Steve Burns, the original market wizard Jack Schwager, and the man who's basically put all the trend following together, Richard Dennis. Now, I took their best lessons and I created a strategy to manage a portfolio in only about 10 minutes a day. And Tom Basso, he told me one time when I was working with him, he said he needed to learn from me because his strategy took about 20 minutes. And I was like, no, sir, I'm just standing on the shoulders of giants here. I'm just taking what you have and modifying it slightly. So now, my goal with this web class is to show you that the only way for you to become a successful trader is through 10-minute trading. And the only way to do 10-minute trading is through the strategies that we use inside the 10-minute trader room, and some of which I'm going to teach you here today. Now, who am I? My name is Christopher Ewell. I've been top 100 people in finance twice, nominated for top 100 global leaders in finance. My podcast has been on the top 10 of investing's iTunes podcasts. And I've been on TV hundreds of times, right? Here's a few of the places you may have seen me on. And I say all that, but I want you to know that it didn't start out this way, right? I grew up in a double-wide mobile home in rural Texas, and my parents still live there, right? I went to a small college in Arkansas. I don't have an Ivy League degree. I did not work on Wall Street, and I don't have a hedge fund just yet, but that is one of my goals in life. Now, I want you to know that you can do this too. You can find success in trading, but you cannot, under any circumstance, think that you know more than the market, because a lot of people get themselves into a lot of trouble when they think that they know more than the market, right? They start telling the market what it should be doing. And we all realize that the market's going to do what the market's going to do. You just got to follow along with it. So let me repeat that one more time. You cannot, under any circumstance, think that you know more than the market. Because trading is simple. Trading is simple. I used to say trading is easy, but trading is simple. You're just clicking buttons, right? And trading gets a lot simpler when you know the proven rules to follow. So if you're ready to learn the rules, type yes in the chat box and let's get going right here. So the first section here is how to perform ridiculously easy statistical analysis in 10 seconds, even if you hate math. So let me tell you a story. When I first started trading, I remember I was working with Steve Burns, and it's kind of embarrassing to say, but one of the questions I had when I first started trading was, how do you even find a trend, right? I'm just looking at these charts, and I don't even know if it's trending up or down. He's like, Chris, just throw a trend line on there. Throw a 10-period exponential moving average on there, right? Throw a 50-period moving average on there. It doesn't matter. Just put a moving average on there, because that takes time and price and shows the change of price over time. And if that trend line is moving up, it's an upward trend, right? It's a bullish trend. If that trend line is moving down, that's a downward trend. And I was like, wow, Steve, I had no idea that I had so much to learn. And in fact, one of the things he told me was that you need a quantifiable trading edge. Now he really put that into like stone for me. He was like, you've got to have a quantifiable trading edge, meaning that it's not a guess, it's just data. And I'm a data-driven person. I couldn't draw a chart pattern to save my life. I wouldn't know a bull flag from a bear pennant to an upside-down cheesecake staircase with a dolphin swimming over the top of it. I don't do patterns. I can't do patterns. My brain doesn't work that way. I'm a mathematical, analytical person, not a charts-based, not necessarily charts-based, but an artistic person, I guess you could say. But the point is that you've got to have an edge that you can prove works with math. So he introduced me to a platform that I use every day, all day long, called TrendSpider. Now, this is not at all a sales presentation for TrendSpider, but I'm going to be using it, and I use it every single day. And if you need it, use code 10MINUTE, 10MINUTE. You'll save at least 30% whenever you sign up for TrendSpider using that code. But you don't need it, but I'm telling you, you probably do want to look into it. Successful trading is rules-based. And like we talked about earlier, you've got to have the rules with consistency and discipline, like Richard Dennis says. These rules can be tested and proven and quantifiable, right? If you're writing computer code, you say, if this happens, then do that. Otherwise, do this third thing, right? These rules are tested and they're proven and they're boring. But this is what it takes to make money. So let me give you a quick video. This is one of our members here in the trading room. His name is Jorn. Jorn is an aircraft airline pilot that flies all over the world. And he trades with us every single day. And I remember one day Jorn sent me a picture of his cockpit. He's like, here's my my office for the day, right? And I remember seeing all these buttons and switches and everything. And I'm like, holy cow, Jorn, I couldn't imagine doing that. And he's like, Chris, listen, the way that this looks to you is exactly how trading looks to most people. Is that there's so many bells and whistles and switches and gears and knobs, you just don't know where to start. And this is why having rules is incredibly important. So let me let Jorn tell you about it.
Hi, my name is Jorn Tubble, and I came across 10-minute stock trading in February of 2022. I've been trading since 2005, and I've been looking for a system that truly fits my personality and my trading style. I have had some really good successes over the past. In the bear market from 2007 to 2009, I was able to turn $35,000 into $250,000, but the amount of stress that was involved in that was incredible. Something that I never want to relive again in my life. There are 4 reasons why Chris's system is truly amazing. The first one is risk management. This has been my Achilles heel throughout my trading career, and he has studied all the market wizards and studied under some of the market wizards, and his risk management philosophy in this system is absolutely amazing. It will keep you out of all of the large losses, keep your small losses tiny, and let your winners run. The second is I have 2 sons. I want to try and spend as much time with them as possible. And this strategy truly allows you to do that. You spend about 30 to 45 minutes at the end of the trading day doing the trades and doing the analysis. And that is it. You don't have to look at the market for the rest of the day or the next trading day until the end of the day. So you truly spend the rest of your time with your family and doing the things that you love to do. Number 3, it is a rules and data-driven system. There is no guessing. The stress is so low. You don't have to worry about, should I keep this trade on? Should I let this run a little bit longer? Should I cut this loss? The rules are in place. They are clear. They are concise. And it is a checklist that you go through. And so there is no second guessing. The stress level is so low. The last thing is, after searching for a strategy that works for me, I can truly say this feels like it just fits. It feels like a custom-made coat that just feels like I've worn it for the last 10 years and it just fits. It is amazing. Chris has done an amazing job at developing this system. Congratulations to you, Chris. And for anybody who is thinking about trying this system, I highly recommend that you give it a shot and see if it fits your trading style. Good luck.
Wow. What an endorsement from Jorn. Thanks, man. So this is the secret weapon, right? You're going to need to know this, and this is why you need to be taking notes. And this is why it works so well in the way that it does, is we use backtesting, right? We use backtesting to prove that our strategy and our stock click together to have a positive expectancy. This is literally what I say every single day when we're trading together. Our strategy and our stock clicking together to have positive expectancy. So what is backtesting? It's a general method to see how well a strategy or model would have done in the past, right? Now, it doesn't mean that past performance, it does mean past performance is not indicative of future results. But what we're trying to establish here is that if we do this, historically, this has happened, right? That's computer language, right? If we do this, and that's the outcome, historically speaking, we can almost reliably say that in the future, it could do something similar to that. And we're going to be backtesting live here in just a few minutes. Now, you can't backtest patterns because they're subjective. In fact, I'm reading this book right now for the Benzinga Book Club, one of the other shows that I host. And let me show you this book real quick. So it's Japanese Candlestick Charting Techniques. I don't like book jackets, so I took it off. And I was reading through this book here, and I'm on page 173. And I need data. I need real quantifiable patterns like Steve Burns was talking about. And on page 73, let me see if I can pull this up and show you here. What I have circled right here, he says, remember, the following interpretations are subjective. What? Wait a minute, what? You're telling me that I just read 173 pages and you're telling me the following patterns are subjective. You may see different indicators than I did. What the F? All right? I don't play that game. I need data. I need concrete. I need facts. I don't want subjectivity in anything that I do, right? You can't walk out to your garage and say, you know what? I interpret to have a Rolls Royce in the garage today. Or maybe it's so subjective, I interpret to have a Lexus in the garage today. Or maybe it's even subjective enough to say, I interpret that I have a 1986 Toyota in the garage today. No. Facts. And that's why I say you can't test patterns. They're subjective, right? Everything that I draw could look completely different than you draw. But you can backtest data points, like a moving average, right? Now, here's a quick rundown of why trend following works, okay? You cut your losers short, and you let your winners run out of control, like Jorn was talking about here. It's all about risk. Cut your losers short, let your winners run out of control. So we can practice with a few of your stocks. If you have any stocks that you want to put in the chat, go ahead and do so. I'll run a few. Dr. Sinclair, he's one of our 10-minute traders. Good morning. Thanks for joining in with us. Let me pull up TrendSpider. And we're going to run through some backtests real quick. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up big time so it's only got what we need to be looking at here, which is one moving average, okay? We're going to use the 10-period exponential moving average, which is the sign of a strong trend. When prices close above this line, that's bullish. When prices start closing below the line, it's bearish, right? And you can look on the screen and you can see, like, it's just data. If it's closing above the line, it's bullish. And then you know what? Every once in a while it reverses a little bit. Closes above the line, it's bullish. Closes below the line, it's bearish. This is not me trying to make up anything. This is fact. This is time and price graphically shown together, okay? But we can do this. We can do a strategy tester. And remember, I'm using the TrendSpider platform. And let me do this, take up the whole screen here. We're going to do a back test on here. We're going to go daily candles on, let's go 5,000 candles. So we're going to look at 5,000 days worth of data. And we're going to do long only. So we're going to say add parameter, condition, price, close, greater than, indicator, and just type in a 10, exponential moving average 10. Then we do the exit criteria, add parameter, condition, price, close, less than, indicator, and we'll do the exponential moving average 10 and hit run. So this shows us that over 5,000 candles, so how many years is that? Over 19 years, actually. This strategy has yielded a negative 1.3%. I did not expect that at all. But you can see during that time, the price has gone up 279%, which is crazy to think about, right? But you know what? If that doesn't work, we could change it. What about the 20 period exponential moving average, right? What does that look like? Hit run. It's the exact same criteria. Instead of 20 days, we're going to 10 days. Now we've got a positive expectancy, 42% versus 293. Still doesn't beat the market, but it definitely gets us a positive edge. And that's what we're looking for here. It's not necessarily always beating the market, but finding positive expectancy. So let's move back to the slides here. So the key takeaway is that we need to be looking at, hang on, where'd you go? There we are. We need to be looking at using the data to show us where a positive edge lies, right? You can prove what the stock has done using that same data from the past and plotting it forward. So does that make sense? Are you getting this? And of course, let me know if you have any questions as we go. Now, defy the odds. How to know which trades are worth your time and which trades to skip. We're moving into the second section here. There's really only 3 parts to trading. Number 1 is offense, your offensive weapon, your proven and tested trading edge. Number 2 is your defensive weapon, right? Your exit points and your position sizing. And number 3 is your balance, your mental clarity, your psychological edge to balance being able to mentally follow the plan. Now we're focusing on the trading edge right now. So let's go back to some of these stocks that we could look at and find their optimum trend line, which is where do they have the highest returns? All right. You saw if we use the 10 period, that had a negative expectancy actually. But if we use the 20 period, had a positive expectancy. So where can we look at some of these stocks to find the highest returns? But we can't overfit it. Now what does overfitting mean? If the returns work on only the 7-day, for example, but they don't work on the 5-day and the 10-day, that's overfitting. That means you're looking for pinpoint precision. And we all know that when it comes to stocks, you're never going to catch the top. You're never going to catch the bottom. So you've got to have some margin of error built into that, right? So let's go through. Let's look at some stocks out there and see what we can see. So we looked at SPY first. Let's take a look at everyone's favorite, Tesla. If we look at Tesla on the 20 period, so the period hasn't changed. It takes a minute to refresh down here. Listen, I know this is great content when I don't have anything to say and data's still refreshing. And we could be having an internet issue due to the storm. So let's try a different one. We'll come back. Oh yeah, error back testing. Okay. Not a problem with TrendSpider, but a problem with probably the internet at the time. Okay, so we went to Apple. And on Apple, we're still looking at the 20 period exponential moving average. That's what you see down here for open and close. That gives us a 14,000% return versus a 42,000% return for this stock just buying it and holding it from this point in the past. If you bought it in December 2003 and held it, it's up 42,000%. But here's the thing. We don't actually know when that's going to happen. So if you bought it today and then in the future it happens to go up, that's just a random occurrence. We can't control random occurrences, but we can control entry and exit signals, which is what we're seeing here. So the reason I bring that up is because while it didn't outperform, still using this strategy of getting in and getting out using a signal gave you a 14,000% return. So we could change this to a 10 period moving average. And so we had 14,000%. Let's look at the 10 period, see what that looks like. 9,000%. So clearly on this stock here, you'd want to go a little bit longer between the 10 and the 20. But even then, let's look at the 5 period moving average, right? So we're saying if it goes over the 5 period moving average, get in. If it goes under the 5 period moving average, get out. Get 4,400%. So of the 3, the 20 period exponential was definitely the best choice to go with. And if I were trading this, that would be the one that I'd be watching for. But the way that you do it is you wait for it to close under first, right? You wait for it to basically reset. And then once it's reset and it closes back over for the first time, that's your entry signal. You can't just put it on any time because you might have a huge gap between the 20 and where it's at today. So you got to wait for it to close under, do what it's going to do, and then a first close over, that's your entry signal where you rock and roll. But you really need to be focusing all of your attention on the plan. Don't focus so much on the outcome, but we need to be focusing on the plan and executing the plan, okay? Because it doesn't always turn out to be the same result, but you need to be keeping your risk in check and letting your winners run as they go. One of my favorite quotes is, success does not happen on accident. So here's the key takeaway here. Plan to follow the plan. If you have set up your plan to have entry signals on the 10 period, the 20 period, the 5 period, doesn't matter. Follow that plan with consistency and discipline, as Richard Dennis says. So does that make sense? Let me know if you're getting this. Let me know if you have any questions. And lastly, we're going to be looking at this last section here, how we got a 344% return when the stock moved only 9.3%, right? Now, it's been a tough trading environment lately. All of 22 was really, really rough. 2023 so far has been really rough. In fact, I saw that if we zoom out a little bit on the SPY, SPY, so the market ETF, if we zoom out a little bit, I'm going to have to add my drawings back in. If we zoom out a little bit, you can actually see that the price of SPY from, yeah, this is a good spot, May 9th, 2022 to March 24th, 2023, an entire 10 months and 3 weeks. So let's call it 11 months. An entire 11 months have passed, and the market has gone nowhere. 0.13% move. 11 months have passed, and nothing's happened. Wouldn't have thought that, would you? Yeah, it's been a crazy trading environment out there for sure. But one of the things that we need to remember is that when you're trading, you need to have what I call strong beliefs weakly held. Sorry, I have to do that in order to get back to here. Strong beliefs weakly held. What does that mean? There's only 4 possible outcomes in any trade. A big win, a small win, a break even, or a small loss. Now, Jorn talked about this in his video earlier. There's not the 5th outcome. If the 5th outcome is there, a big loss, you're not doing it right. If you're getting big losses, you're not doing something right. And that something is managing your risk. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to take a loser. It's not okay to take a big loser. You are in control of that. There are 3 things that you are in control of in every single trade. Where you get in, how big of a trade you put on, and where you get out. All 3 of those will determine how you fall into this category here. And if you trade too big and you get out wrong, you're hosed. If you take that big loss, you're hosed. And you're in control of that. I got to have you remember you are in control of your trades because you control those 3 things. So if you want to be a successful trader, you're going to have to be okay with being wrong. It's okay to take a losing trade. You've got to be okay with feeling uncomfortable with open profits. Now, I remember when I first started having real success and seeing the trades that came up, I'm like every day like, oh, I got to close this. Oh, I got to close this. Oh, I got to close this. I got to take these profits off the table. But you can't do that. You have to let those winners run as far as they can until you have an exit signal to get out. Because that's the only way that this game works. You have to let it run as far as it can to pay for the losses that you take. One trade can take up 10 losses, right? One trade can make back the losses you've made over 10 trades before that point. And then it can make profits worth 10 times as much if you let it run. But you have to be okay with being uncomfortable with those open profits in order to make that happen. So let's review a trade in KHC. This was one of the best trades I ever had. And this is the one where I said we had a 344% return when the stock moved only 9%. So let's zoom in here and talk about what happened. So this was back March 24th, 2022. As you can see, it closed above the 10-period moving average. All the moving averages at that point were pointing up. But what we see is that it closed above, and at no point did it close under, right? until here, 42.42. There we go. Move this over. So 9.6%. That's the first time it closed under. And we held it all the way from here. And at this point, April 1st, we actually doubled the trade size because everything was still working, so we added more. As you can see, it continued to run and run and run and run, and only until this point did it come back. So the stock moved only 9%, but because we had options, and those options are leveraged, we were able to get 344% return. Now, of course, you could buy it right here, and then it goes up and then comes right back down, right? You can see that. That happens. And then you take out a small loss, or maybe a small win, or maybe a break even. But the only way to get those big gains is to let them run as far as they can until they tell you that the run is over. And then look what happened after that. Oh my goodness. Look at that. March 24th to, what day is this? April 26th. So about a month. And then May 17th. So about 2 weeks after that point, it's over. It's so over. How far does this go? It just keeps going. We got at it around 42. Keeps going. The low hit 32, right? That's how the game is played. And here's something else that is hard for people to understand. But it's not about win rates. When I share results online, which I don't often do, people always ask, oh yeah, well, what's your win rate? It doesn't matter what your win rate is. You could have a 1 in 10 win rate, a 10% win rate. But if that one trade makes up for those 10 losses, that's still a positive expectancy. Or at least break even, right? It's about the size of the wins versus the size of the losses. Think about it, right? If the stock doesn't immediately go up, why are you even holding it? If it doesn't immediately start working for you, why even keep it? Just get out of it. Wait till it starts going back up again. Because these are what you've got to have. A big win, a small win, a break even, or a small loss. Don't hold on to those losses at all. Take it and get out. Right? And you've got to be okay with being wrong. It doesn't make you a bad trader. Holding on to losing trades, that is what makes you a bad trader. Right? So do more of what works and less of what doesn't work. But as we like to say, rules are boring, but rules make you money. So here's the key takeaway. Be rigid in the plan, but flexible in the outcome. Meaning, hey, listen, I'm going to put on this trade, and if it goes against me, I'm going to get out. I'm going to be rigid in that plan. But I'm going to be flexible because I don't actually know how much I can make on this trade. I'll be pleasantly surprised with how it turns out. But you need to have strong beliefs that are weakly held. Strong beliefs meaning you have conviction, you have data, you have your back test, you have everything pointing in one direction. But if it doesn't work, you got to get out right away. Weakly held. So does that make sense? Right? Are you getting this? Of course, let me know if you have questions. And do you think you can do this? I believe you can. So type yes in the chat box to let me know that of course you can. I know you can do this. This was how to perform ridiculously easy statistical analysis in only 10 seconds. And as you saw, it didn't take much work at all. How to know which trades are worth it and which trades to skip, and how we got a 344% move when the stock only moved 9.3%. Because as we say, actually I need to update the slide, trading is simple once you know how to play by the rules. So I want to share with you a video from one of our 10-minute trading room members, Kavan.
Consultation that I did with Kavan. I'm giving away free consultations for members of the trading room, and I just want you to hear exactly what Kavan says.
I'm watching these stocks today, and it's like I have Peloton and Fastly, and I'm looking at them and they're following the back test as planned. And I'm telling my friend Rob, and I'm like, yo, I'm happy. And he's like, why? I'm like, I finally found something, a setup that I can use. I can go in there. I don't need anybody. I can go in there and I can make the trade my own. I can follow your steps A to Z, and I can plan my trade. As you said, 10 minutes a day, no hassle, no headaches, ain't got to stress. And he's like, for real? So no, I have him taking the previous course that I took because it laid a foundation for me. And I'm like, if you understand what these guys are teaching, then hop on over to Chris, because these guys going to lay a foundation with the little fundamentals, like, like the basics.
Mhm.
And then you when you transition over to Chris, then you will start understanding a little bit more. So, you put in the roof on now. They build the foundation. I did my little thing. You put in the roof. I'm eventually going to learn how to put some furniture in the house. As you can see, it's empty. So that's the goal, man. And I'm loving every minute of it. And the way you teach, it's simplified. And I ain't got to sit there and draw no trend lines. I ain't got to look for no breakout candlesticks. Like, which candle is this at the end of the day? Is it a doji candle? And I'm like, I'll never learn to read candlesticks pattern. Like,
you probably know candlesticks better than I do at this point. I literally don't know anything about them.
I'm like I'm online on Amazon looking for a good, candlestick, book to learn to read candles. I'm like, I'm not learning none of this stuff. I'm just going to pay attention to what Chris is doing. I put the lines on there, and dude, I take screenshots of them and I look at them every day, because yesterday I was showing everybody. Like, I called all the guys, because I have all the guys that come in the group is guys from my work. You got Josh, Daniel, Chris, and Rob. They happen on the live when you have. I invite them over and they love it. I got everybody, asking question. Daniel is on there asking a lot of questions. He actually went and got TrendSpider. So slowly by slowly, everybody's coming to the table and want to learn, because step by step is no stress.
Do you want to take this to the next level? Right? Type yes in the chat box if you're ready to take this to the next level, because I want to do something awesome for you today. Let me ask you a question. Would you like my help in implementing this in your trading? That's where the 10-minute trading room comes in. This will allow you to finally live the life you have always dreamed being a trader would be. We have daily live video calls, daily trade alerts, daily new trade setups, daily portfolio updates, daily market analysis, daily trading psychology, which is so important. And everything we trade together. So it's like getting a call from me personally every trading day, with what we're trading and why we're trading it, which is really the most important part. Every trading day. Plus, you can get rid of all the fake gurus that you're still following on Twitter. I know I was really guilty of that. Spending hours searching on YouTube for the next YOLO stock, scrolling on Twitter. Everything we trade together. So as a member, you get everything. You get the daily video calls for free. Your membership includes the daily video calls for free, the daily trade setups, the portfolio updates, market analysis, trading psychology, all that's included for free. And then every other Friday, just like you're doing right now, we do live training and Q&A sessions, just like the one that you're watching right now. And we'll be building new courses together with your questions and your answers. That's so important to me. And these courses, like I said earlier on today, will be available for members only. You get to watch me personally showing you all the lessons that we use in these courses in our trading. And you can ask me questions as you need, right? You get it all. He's showing you what's working today, and it's like an up-to-the-minute field report sent from the front lines of the cutting edge of trading, and then showing you how to model it in your trading fast. And the only way to have access like this would be if I were to sit in the same room with you and you were looking shoulder to shoulder or looking over my shoulder with me every single day. Now, here's what a few of our members have said, right? Robert's saying, your trainings and advice have accelerated my learning 10x. This allowed me to start doing things that were sometimes unthinkable. Listening to Chris is well worth your time, even if you're a seasoned investor. So who's this for? Well, it's for new traders. It's for experienced traders. It's for busy professionals, some side hustlers. Like I know I've got a couple of my 10-minute stock traders in there who are side hustlers, and then parents who just want to trade while their kids nap. And if you've never traded before, don't worry. Is it okay if I over deliver? As a member, you're going to get everything. You're going to get the live training video calls, and you're going to get the live training every other week with me. And what else do you need to be successful? How about my flagship course, the AI stock trading system? And in this, we go step by step on how to use artificial intelligence in your trading. And also, I'll throw in the Real Trades case study course. and the bullish, bearish, and neutral option strategy courses. So you'll be all set up there. And you're going to get all of that for free. As a member, you get everything included. That's the daily video calls, the live training and Q&A calls, and the full catalog of our best-selling courses. Okay? Well, what else would you need to be successful? We have video courses, we have our private chat room, and you're going to be part of a small group of high performers that are across the world that share valuable information that the rest of the planet never discovers. You're going to get the latest cutting edge trading tactics and strategies before anyone else knows about them, exactly like we talked about today, including the live video trade alerts, the live market analysis, the live portfolio analysis, the live trade setups, the live trading psychology. All of that is included, and the live training and Q&A calls, the live look over your shoulder trading setups, live trading courses built with your questions and your answers. All of this is included as a member. You get all of this. Plus, I'm offering this now as a member. You're going to get at least one free one-on-one consultation like what we showed in Kavan's video. And this is coming from me. Who am I? Here's a little bit about me, right? I went straight to the pioneers of successful trading. I learned directly from world famous market wizards and billionaire portfolio managers. And last year, the first year of implementing our strategy, we had a staggering 172.41% return on the first year of execution. So I'm pretty excited to share that with you. Right, you're going to get all of this, including the private one-on-one consultation with me. Total value $5,488. Right now, if all this did was finally set you up to see how real traders are profitable, do you think that'd be worth it? If all this did was help you shortcut the Wall Street learning curve, which hurts so bad, skip all those costly mistakes that most traders make and take years to figure out, would it be worth that? If all this did was give you the ability to model our trades and cut out the garbage that you see on the internet, you know what I'm talking about, would it be worth that? So I had two choices. The first option was to go as cheap as possible to try and help, everybody out there. But the thing is that there are lots of freebie seeking knuckleheads, the guys on Wall Street bets, right, that really shouldn't be trading anyways. But the second option, which we went with, is the little higher investment in yourself, in the program. And in exchange, you get my time and my attention, and you're going to get you set up to get the success that you've always wanted. What would that one perfect trade be worth to you? Do you think that if you develop the trades like I did, you get the same results that I did? For the right person, this membership should pay you, clearly. If you're like most people, you would tell me you'd probably pay for years of membership with just the proceeds of one single trade. I know a couple of people have already done that. You'd probably tell me that everything else after that would just be gravy. And that's why I'm sending you our total trading system every month, right? I want to make this an absolute no-brainer for you. And I take a lot of pride in helping our members win big and avoid the big losers too. And that's why this is worth $5,488, because you're here today. You're now officially a 10-minute stock trader. I'm going to give you a monster discount. Of course, I wouldn't ask you to pay $5,488. The monthly cost of being part of the 10-minute trading room is only $147. That's it. That's like $4 a day if you think about it that way. You're going to get the daily live video calls with me. You're going to get the live training and Q&A calls. You're going to get the full catalog of our best-selling courses, and you're going to get a private one-on-one consultation with me. Total value, $5,488. And the monthly cost, like I said, it's only $147. You can boil it down to $4 a day. There's no contract. You can cancel at any time. You've got two choices, really. The first option is you do nothing and not take this leap of faith and continue to struggle, continue to search on YouTube, continue to search on Twitter, continue to listen to those fake gurus. The first option really is nothing changes. Or the second option, you invest in yourself. The second option is you learn how the market really works. The second option, you give yourself a shot. See if this works for you. Like I said, there's no contract. You can cancel at any time. But don't you think it'd be worth $147 to show me how we set up every single trade, every entry point, and every exit point, and like Kavan said earlier, step by step with no stress? Do you think it'd be worth $147 for you to come spend an entire month right here sitting next to me, looking over my shoulder on every trade we make? Well, that's pretty much what it's going to be exactly like. I'm going to walk you through every entry, every exit, and why we do everything. personally showing you what's working and what's not. The daily trade alerts are meant to give you that exact same experience. And here's something else to consider. Do you think it'd be worth $147 to jump online with me twice a month to get all of your trading questions answered, right? If you have any questions, you just let me know. I got you. I'm here for you. I do this for you. That's what we do in the live training and Q&A calls. Plus, you can see your fellow members every day, and you can ask them what's working for them, right? And any of those scenarios sound like it might be useful to you, then this is clearly a no-brainer. You can still keep all the courses for free no matter what. You're going to get the daily trade alerts. You're going to get the live training and Q&A calls, the full catalog for our best-selling courses, and best really of all is to get you set up for success, the private one-on-one consultation with me. The work we do together can change everything. You know that. This can change your life. This is the wealth ripple effect that we're talking about. You'll be able to take our trade ideas and plug them into your account effortlessly because I show you exactly step by step. You connect with me and your fellow members on our live video calls every day. Help you get the guidance and the focus that you need. So take this offer or become a member today. Remember, you're under no obligation. You can cancel at any time, and you can still keep all the gifts for free. And here's a couple other bonuses I want to tell you about. Here's 3 fast action bonuses if you sign up today. I wrote the Secret Investing book, and I want to send you an autographed copy in the mail, plus the audiobook. I'm going to give you the step-by-step guide to our 10 minutes to freedom trading strategy, which we use every single day. And finally, our top stock list, which I update this every single day. So every day that you get this is exactly what we are doing in the trading room. So let me show you how to sign up real quick. Just go to 10minutetradingroom.com. Click this big blue button right here that says click here to take the guesswork out of trading right now. Then you're going to go to the next page, and it's going to ask you a couple of questions like your name, address, and everything. Put in your credit card number to get started. Make sure that you put in your t-shirt size because I want to send you a hashtag 10-minute stock trader because you're going to be officially one of us, officially a 10-minute stock trader. So if you have any questions at all whatsoever, feel free to reach out to our team. We would love to help you out, love to get you set up, and love to get you as part of the 10-minute trading room. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. I hope that this was very enlightening, very useful, and I can't wait to see you inside the 10-minute trading room with us every single day, and in fact, later on today as we make our trades. Thank you so much. Hope to see you there.
All right. Thank you all so much for coming today. Really appreciate your time and attention. I hope you took lots of good notes. I will see you all in this afternoon's 10-minute trading room, and if you haven't signed up already, go ahead and do so I can see you there. We'll talk soon. Have a great day.